EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the memorial torch honoring legendary owner Al Davis has just been lit, and we are set for football at Allegiant Stadium. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. On the visiting sideline, their head coach. His guys coming off a road victory in the opener, looking to make it 2 straight to start the year. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys, on the other hand, weren't as fortunate in the opener, so they'll look for their first win here at home in week 2. And off we go from Las Vegas. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
The 38-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Mayfield looks to throw. A quick throw there is incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Fair catch. Signaled for.
The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. The Spears with another carry. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Out of the gun to give to Spears. 4 yards to pick up, 1st down. The Chiefs at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
1st down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. It's like the defense on there looks at it. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love.
And it's a fumble, and the Raiders pick it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Mahomes takes it himself. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. Mahomes throwing on fourth. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. The drive will begin with a run by Genty. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mayfield on play action. Throw left side, going to be caught by Shenault. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
It's 2nd and inches.
That's to Bash over the middle. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 2. And the Las Vegas 1st down.
Mayfield to throw it. That is caught downfield. It's Bash. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
That's another Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
The Chiefs 12-yard line.
To throw, Mayfield. Now he's going to step up and run. And here he'll get it down to the 7. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Now Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jack Bash, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's 1st score here this afternoon. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
7, Chiefs nothing.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, Mahomes finding his burner Hardman for the KC first.
First down. A gain of 14.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Mahomes pass.
2nd and 7.
To number 89. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 45.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy.
A 7-yard gain. And the Kansas City Chiefs.
On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Right back to Spears. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Now a first carry for their fullback. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
The 28-yard line. A gain of 5.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Kansas City Chiefs first down. A gain of 19 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Hand off to Spears. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Kansas City Chiefs first down. 1st and goal.
Spears will take this one in. It's a Chiefs touchdown. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Oh, a heck of a move. And he returns this to the 22. Baker Mayfield going to lead his offense back out there. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. This is Shenault on the receiving end.
Mayfield's pass.
Now a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
In motion is Shenault. Mayfield. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
There's Freeman. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
On 1st down, it's Genty trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Mayfield now.
32-yard line.
They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Raider 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. This offense has converted 2 3rd downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Now he'll tuck this and run. Mayfield showing he can be fleet of foot, picking up the 1st down.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Raiders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete.
And the Raiders 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 23-yard line.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
7-yard line.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and goal.
Play fake. Mayfield. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. On play action, it's Mahomes. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Mahomes now to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Now it's Mahomes again. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he missed it. It's no good. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. He had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll get this complete to Worthy. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's another 1st down, as this time they get an even 20.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half.
1st down, Chiefs.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throw right side, going to be caught by Hardman. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Kansas City.
Patrick Mahomes, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the 1st half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, where they want to let the return guy touch it.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And we'll see what they want to do. 45 seconds is all that remains until the break. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Mayfield from the gun on third down. And he is going to have the Raiders first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on third and a yard. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Second and 10.
Mayfield to throw it. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. Touchdown! A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
False start, offense.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on third down. Now here's Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hanson with our EA Sports
Our tour around
report.
the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Rams at home to take on the Patriots in a rematch of Super Bowl 53. And this is one of the best young tight ends in the game, Sam Laporta. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. It's a 73-yard catch and run to the house. The Rams even up their record at 1-1 as they get the win here. From there, let's go to Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Check in on the Titans as they host the Houston Texans. And it's Jalen Noel, one of his 2 touchdown catches in the game, coming right here. The Texans are off to a good start, 2-0 on the young season. One more to tell you about real quick. It's up in Minneapolis. It's the Vikings taking on the Packers. And this is J.J. McCarthy. He went for more than 300 yards passing, including this, one of his 3 touchdowns through the air. The Vikings use a late score to celebrate the come-from-behind victory. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half, as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it. They'll start on the ground with Spears. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete.
On the play. And the Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
Now Mahomes on the bootleg.
Mahomes pass.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 44-yard line.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Finding Hardman here over the middle. And Hardman's going to pick up the Chiefs' first down as he'll get this down to the 47-yard line.
Kansas City Chiefs.
And here's a give to Spears. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 65 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off at 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be second and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Brings up third and goal.
Mahomes going to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on first and second down, and it's first and second and goal. And then on third down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
And the Raider first down.
Now Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It leads to second and 10.
Mayfield firing quickly. It's complete. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Makes it third and 8.
From the gun, Mayfield. That is caught. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. A run straight ahead with Genty. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Las Vegas, first down. First and goal.
Genty will score. Touchdown, Raiders. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the first and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead.
28, Chiefs 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now here comes Kansas City. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Options galore here, second and a few inches.
It's second and inches.
They'll run. And the ball is knocked out. And that one never got off the ground. He's going to be stopped up well behind the line of scrimmage.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free. but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now he'll tuck this and run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he will find his man on the outside. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
At the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
And now we'll run to Spears. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up the 3rd down. Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
Kansas City Chiefs, 1st down. 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard, they trail as we start quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd down, Mahomes. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up a throw. He's got his man, that's Hardman. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Dances by him. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raiders offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Well, the fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
A gain of 11 makes it 3rd and 1.
Mayfield going to take it on the sneak. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for 4th down. Cole now on to punt, and he sends this one away. Now a hit and loose football. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. Now a 2nd and 10. Mahomes now to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
A gain of 10 brings up 3rd and inches.
Mahomes now on the sneak. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
And the Kansas City Chiefs 1st down. A gain of 3.
Now this time Mahomes will throw.
1st down, Kansas City.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 6.
4-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Here's a run by Spears. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs 1st down.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Up the middle they go. Spears. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. On the very outer edge of field goal range, it would be 56 yards if they got nothing here on 3rd down. Only a yard there on the keeper, but that's all they needed. 1st down.
It's a gain of a yard.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
Yeah, he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Gonzalez. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time, they're like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raiders offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Mayfield. Now he's going to step up and run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Las Vegas, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now a handoff to Genty. And shifts past him. There he goes, left side. Inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Ashton Genty, his third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Raiders use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And a long run there in the end to top it off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. It takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Chiefs offense and Tyjae Spears set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. That one's taken in by Spears.
Mahomes pass.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts.
A gain of 9.
That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
35-yard line.
Here's second and a yard. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Working from the gun, Mahomes. He'll try to pick it up himself. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Shoves him away. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save the timeout.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Harrison. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now. This is second and long. Here's Mahomes. He's got Harrison left side complete. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
And it's third down.
Mahomes. He'll try to, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Just the one timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. Mahomes will throw. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here we go, 1st and goal. Mahomes. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Mahomes. He finds his man complete. It's Gonzalez. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for his wideout. Makes it 2nd and 10 at the
just over 30 seconds remain. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Mayfield. He'll drop this underneath for Genty. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Here's Baker. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small.